It's protected.
Pull the truck around.
Simple, easy, awesome. Get started with a special offer for $79.99 a month for 2 full years. Now with faster download speed. Click, call, or visit a store today.
America Says, weekdays at 1 on Fox 53.
Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
When you saw him give this teddy bear that was memorabilia, that was a part of your history, how did you feel?
Well, Your Honor, I felt extremely betrayed. I just felt used.
In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. You want him to pay $628.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, knock my socks off. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. The law talks about something may in fact be true, but can they prove it? And that's what's tough.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Claire Benton claims the train on her wedding dress was intentionally damaged when a jealous bridesmaid stepped on it before the ceremony. Ms. Benton is suing Violet Clyburn in the amount of $300.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties been sworn, Your Honor.
Third Deputy Thomas. All right, Ms. Benton, prove your case.
Hi, I'm here today seeking reimbursement for a wedding dress that she caused property damage to, Ms. Violet.
All right, so you were the bride. Was Ms. Clyburn involved in the wedding?
She was.
Okay.
Yes.
Based on your asking her to be involved?
Yes, we've been friends since college. I asked her to be a bridesmaid.
All right, and were you okay with being a bridesmaid, Ms. Clyburn?
Yes, Your Honor, I was very happy to be there for my friend's special day. And I really wanted to be a part of that, so I was really happy when she asked me, and of course I accepted it.
All right. Everything's going swimmingly. And then, was it the day of the wedding that things went in a different direction?
It was 2 days before the wedding.
What was taking place 2 days prior?
We had a photo shoot in the chapel where the wedding was going to be held.
A photo shoot? You didn't want to do all the photos that day. You were trying to knock out some time and get that done earlier.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to focus on my family and the celebration.
And were you present?
Yes, I was present at the luncheon.
Okay, so chapel, photos, lunch. And you arrive at the chapel, you're in your bridesmaid
Yes, Your Honor. I was
attire.
All the bridesmaids arrived in their dresses,
Yes.
ready for the wedding, and the bride was in her dress that would be also used on the big day.
And everybody's just doing what they're supposed to do and posing. You weren't having any issues or problems with Ms. Clyburn?
No, no issues.
There's no backstory in terms of anything that would cause me to need to know that information between the two of you?
Well, that's funny.
Of course there is.
You should ask.
Well, because there's always a backstory. What's the backstory?
Well, the backstory is that she used to date Henry, my husband, in college.
Oh, okay. Now let me get ready here. Okay.
Yeah.
Was that an issue for you?
No, it was not an issue.
How long had you dated Henry?
I dated Henry for 2 years.
That's a long time. 2 years while you were in college?
But yes, that was while we were in college.
And you were okay at watching Henry as he stared lovingly while Miss Benton strolled down the aisle?
Well, Your Honor, everything was dealt with peacefully.
How so?
Well, after me and Henry broke up.
Yes, ma'am.
And when me and Claire met, I was still with Henry at that point. It was our sophomore year.
Did you know Miss Benton when you were dating Henry?
Yes, exactly, Your Honor.
You all were all friends?
Yes, I mean, I was friends with her.
You were friends with her?
Yes.
And while she was with Henry?
Yes.
You didn't see an issue with that?
I mean, of course, when she was dating Henry, I was just friends with Henry.
You were looking at him and checking him out, though.
Your Honor, I did clarify with her that it was okay that I accepted the date when he asked me out when they broke up.
You went and got her permission?
Of course I did.
Did she?
Yes, Your Honor, this is true.
And you gave it to her?
I gave her permission. It was during our college years when we had, well, numerous boyfriends throughout those 4 years.
Keep her business out of it. We talking about you and all your boyfriends.
Well, so Henry broke up with me in our junior year, and it was...
You didn't want to break up with him?
Well, I didn't want to break up with him, but it was not a perfect relationship. We had a conversation about it. It was not...
About Miss Benton beginning to date him?
Yes, and I had a conversation with Henry about the breakup. It was very peaceful.
And you were okay with it?
Yes.
And you didn't have any problems knowing that they were getting married, and not only were you going to be there, but you actually are a participant in the ceremony.
Well,
no issues there.
Your Honor,
no issues there.
So Henry was giving some gifts to Claire, and there were some college memorabilia among the gifts he brought, and one of them was a teddy bear that he first gave to me.
And when you saw him give this teddy bear, that was memorabilia, that was a part of your history, how did you feel?
Well, Your Honor, I felt extremely betrayed. I just felt used.
Coming up on America's Court.
Did she make you aware that that teddy bear had sentimental value to her?
I had no idea until this whole thing kind of blew up.
Did she mention it at that moment?
Not at the moment. I had to hear through one of our friends.
You told someone else as opposed to going to her directly?
And later.
Was the understanding that before you downloaded anything that you would ask her for permission?
Yes.
Closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
No cover-up spray here. Cheaper aerosols can cover up odors in a flowery fog, but Febreze Air Effects eliminates odors. With a 100% natural propellant, it leaves behind a pleasant scent you'll love. Freshen up. Don't cover up. Febreze.
Skin sin number 17. Too many after parties. New Neutrogena Bright Boost with dullness-fighting neoglucosamine. Boost cell turnover by 10 times for instantly brighter skin. Bright Boost. Neutrogena.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
The Bissell Crosswave Cordless Max lets you vacuum and wash your floors at the same time. Dry messes, wet messes. It even freshens area rugs. It releases clean water and Bissell formula. Microfibers mop while soft bristles scrub and sweep, and powerful suction pulls the dirty water into a separate tank. It's cordless for cleaning freedom. It even cleans itself.
And when you buy Bissell, you help save homeless pets.
To learn more, go to BissellCrosswave.com.
These are real people, not actors, who've got their eczema under control. With less eczema, you can show more skin. So roll up those sleeves and help heal your skin from within with Dupixent. Dupixent is the first treatment of its kind that continuously treats moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis, even between flare-ups. Dupixent is a biologic and not a cream or steroid. Many people taking Dupixent saw clear or almost clear skin and had significantly less itch. That's a difference you can feel. Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes or a parasitic infection. If you take asthma medicines, don't change or stop them without talking to your doctor. So help heal your skin from within and talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
DraftKings welcomes you to the sweat with a free shot at millions in prizes with your first deposit. The sweat is being on the edge of your seat when your sleeper pick breaks away from the secondary.
The ball's in the air. Touchdown!
DraftKings is the most exciting place to experience the sweat. Fans have won over $7 billion on DraftKings since 2012. So draft a lineup and take your shot at millions this football season. Play for the biggest prizes in fantasy sports and make it rain.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Claire Benton, who is suing Violet Clybourne for property damage.
Did she make you aware that that teddy bear had sentimental value to her?
I had no idea until this whole thing kind of blew up.
Did she mention it at that moment?
Not at the moment. I had to hear through one of our friends.
You told someone else as opposed to going to her directly?
Another bridesmaid came up to me, Samantha, and she noticed that I was feeling sad, so she asked why, and I guess at that moment just the floodgate opened and I started pouring my feelings on her and how I felt about seeing that bear and how betrayed and how hurt I felt.
So you never mentioned it to her?
I never mentioned it to her because I didn't want to ruin her wedding. I did not know that this information would come out from Samantha.
And of course you hear it.
I did get a text from Samantha saying, That Violet looked upset, so she went up to check on her, and Violet said that I had stolen her boyfriend. It kind of upset me because of, you know, emotions are running high. It's a wedding and whatnot.
A lot of emotions and drama around that wedding, I tell you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then on the other hand...
Which is probably also the reason that she didn't want you to know.
Yeah. Good point.
And the very thing that she didn't want you to know and experience is the very thing you ended up experiencing, and now you're looking at her kind of side-eyed. Like, why did I even invite this chick to my wedding to be a part of the party? And here she is talking about me behind my back.
Exactly.
And you're thinking, I'm gonna get it together. I love her. I want to be here for her, and I'll get through it because she's my friend, and I really want her to be happy, and I want Henry to be happy. I get both sides. But the $300 represents what?
Well, okay, so the wedding dress, it had a train on it.
What does the train have to do with Miss Clyburn?
She stepped on the train with her high heels, ripping it.
And there was damage to the dress as a result.
Yeah, and so here's another aspect of it is
I don't need to know any other aspects. I have the full picture.
Okay.
Was the $300 reflective of the cost to repair the train?
Yeah.
Why do you feel as though you shouldn't have to pay for the train despite the fact that you damaged it?
Well, Your Honor, starting with that, our tailor, Wendy, told her numerous times, I think for the first time, at least a month before the wedding happened, to...
How many bridesmaids were there? Did any of the others step on the train?
And I stepped on the train because I was the closest.
So the answer is no, Judge. The other bridesmaids did not step on the train, and the photographer didn't step on the train, and she didn't step on her own train. The only person that stepped on the train
was me. That's true.
You.
But
You're the one that caused damage. Why aren't you responsible for paying for the damage you caused?
Because of the way she dealt with me afterwards.
We're not talking about how she dealt with you. She was unhappy that you ruined her dress. I take it you were not in your most pleasant light.
No.
Okay, and what did you do?
I kicked her out of the wedding right there in front of everybody.
This was after you even knew about the teddy bear, too.
Yeah. Those two things combined really set me over the edge.
And emotionally, you're all over the place because you're getting ready to get married.
Mm-hmm.
That hurt your feelings.
It did.
Because you had, I take it you paid for your bride dress, or did you pay for the bride dress?
She paid for her own bride dress.
So even though you kicked her out and she had to expend money for the bridal dress over what's clearly, obviously, an accident, you didn't factor that in, that she's now just wasted all this money on a dress?
Well, one of the reasons, on top of the fact that I liked the way the train looked...
We're not talking about the train now.
Okay.
I personally have moved on beyond the train. The issue that I'm having here is you kicked her out. How much did you spend for the bridal dress?
$300.
Okay.
Money's tight. We'd been planning a wedding.
Money's not tight for her?
I mean, I'm planning a wedding.
She spent $300 on a dress that likely she's not wearing again.
You know,
because you were caught in your feelings.
I think she did it on purpose, though. I
disagree. Just seeing her here. And I think now that you're out of the situation, you can see it for what it is. Is that it? Is that the extent of the... Do you have any proof that it's $300 worth of damage?
Yes, I have a receipt.
I'll take a look at that. Ms. Clyburn, anything else?
Take care of it. You don't give me the other stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel has to come down in favor of the plaintiff. You're responsible for paying her $300. Now, this is a court of equity and fairness. So I'm always looking at it from every perspective. Take her to court, sue her for the cost of the bridal dress. The cost of the bridal dress just happens to be what?
$300.
$300. So if you want to come back here and sue her, and you guys want to go through this all over again, I can pretty much tell you how I'm going to rule. So you factor that in as to whether or not you really want that $300, or do you just want to call it a day? Judgment in favor of the plaintiff, that is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $300.
I'm glad that the judge ruled in my favor. However, I also see where he's coming from on the cost of the bridesmaid's dress, so I'm glad we can just call it even.
I am sorry that I brought are passed into Claire's wedding, but I really hope that after all this mess, we can still be friends.
Coming up on America's Court with Judge Ross.
Because he's playing this game, and next thing you know, he was able to rack up $1,500 worth of charges in how long of a period of time?
Over 1 week.
Closed captioning provided by...
I thought my bumpy skin was just something I had to live with. Not anymore.
Gold Bond Rough and Bumpy Skin Therapy reduces bumps 74%. Gold Bond, Ultimate Lotion, Ultimate Skin.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
The Steelers face the Browns tonight on Pittsburgh's Fox 53. Before coverage kicks off, join us for DraftKings Sportsbook presents The Clash in Cleveland tonight at 6:30 with live reports from Cleveland and from the main event in Robinson Township. DraftKings Sportsbook now available in Pennsylvania. Catch all the coverage tonight on Pittsburgh's Fox 53.
Don't just treat cancer. Create a future without it. Don't just follow. Lead. A whole new model that brings world-class research and clinical care together. Don't just dream, make it happen. Not just a diagnosis, a future of hope. Not just a cancer center. UPMC Hillman Cancer Center. Life-changing medicine.
Wipers? Air? Your car is a disaster. Well, I can't get a new one because my credit is bad. Well, Credit Karma showed me how to improve my credit. Took 2 minutes. Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, rear view? Blinker? I said blinker, please.
Take the first step to better credit. Download the free Credit Karma app now.
If you receive WPGH Fox 53 on Channel 53 via antenna, you will need to rescan the channels on your digital receiver on or after 10 a.m. on December 6th. If you have cable or satellite, your signal will not be affected. Rescanning is simple and requires no new equipment or services. For more information on how to rescan your TV's tuner, visit www.fcc.gov/rescan or call 1-888-CALL-FCC. Rescan your channels after 10 a.m. on December 6th to continue receiving Fox 53 in Pittsburgh.
I had a lower back injury at work, put in a workers' comp claim and they denied it. And also my employer was attempting to fire me. And Romanow Law Group stepped in and helped me when I needed it the most. They helped me piece everything back together and I was able to get my life back on track.
Well, some of the lawyers are out golfing. We're here in the trenches, doing the work.
Because that's what puts big checks in our clients' pockets.
Call Romanow Law Group today at 1-844-GET-MORE.
Romanow Law Group got me the money that I deserved.
The final season of Big Bang answers this question.
Why are you laughing? He's being used.
The final season, all November long.
Tonight at 6 on Fox 53.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Joanna Grants claims her nanny ignored her strict instructions regarding video game purchases and says her son racked up a huge bill because of it. Ms. Grants is suing Marlene Ivy in the amount of $1,500. Ms. Ivy is countersuing for $420.
Ms. Grants, you're suing for $1,500. Ms. Ivy, you're countersuing for $420 over some downloaded video games. Ms. Grants, we'll start with you. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. I am suing my former nanny, Miss Ivy, for $1,500 because she downloaded a game for my son through which he made the online purchases.
How long was she working in your services as a nanny?
She was working for about 6 weeks.
We're talking about your son, daughter, Ms. Grants?
My son, James.
Your son, James, is how old?
7 years old.
He's 7. We run into a problem with an app or something that was downloaded, from what I read from the complaint. Talk to me about that, Ms. Grants.
So Miss Ivy sent me a text message because she said that my son has been asking her for about a couple of weeks to download a game that he really wanted to play. And I responded that it is okay if it's age appropriate.
Right, makes sense.
And it doesn't have any payments. And also I told her that I will make sure when I get home that that's what it is.
And did you do that?
Yes, I did.
And did you download the game, the app?
Yes, Your Honor. I did download the app, and I did send her a text message asking her for permission to download the app.
Okay. But then there was a follow-up app that had payments involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
That's true.
Did you know that, Ms. Ivy?
You know what, Your Honor, I don't have children of my own.
Okay.
And Mrs. Grants knew that prior to hiring me.
But what I'm saying is, if you asked her for permission the first time, did you ask her for permission the second time?
I did not, because the games did follow the guidelines.
All right. Was the understanding that before you downloaded anything that you would ask her for permission?
Yes.
Coming up on America's Court.
And you're saying you didn't get the full amount of the services you provided?
Right.
Did you not pay her the $420 she's entitled to?
No, I did not.
Wrong.
Closed captioning provided by...
As a struggling actor, I need all the breaks that I can get. At Liberty Buchamug.
Cut.
Liberty... Line.
Cut. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Cut. Liberty... Am I allowed to riff? What if I come out of the water? Liberty Bibbity.
Cut. We'll dub it.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
Best Fiends. Collect Howie and tons of other cute characters. Solve thousands of fun puzzles. Download Best Fiends for free today. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends.
Skin Sin number 17. Too many after parties. New Neutrogena Bright Boost with dullness-fighting neoglucosamine. Boost cell turnover by 10 times for instantly brighter skin. Bright Boost. Neutrogena.
What does help for heart failure look like?
The beat goes on.
It looks like Emily, cooking dinner for 10.
The beat goes on.
It looks like Jonathan on a date with his wife. Entresto is a heart failure medicine that helps your heart, so you can keep on doing what you love. Entresto helps people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. Yeah. Entrust your heart to Entresto.
The beat goes on.
Is skincare from around the world better than Olay? Olay Regenerist faced 131 premium products from 12 countries over 10 years. Olay's hydration was unbeaten every time. Olay, face anything.
Whether you were born for more dance-offs, more travels, or more touchdowns, get the immune support that gives you more. Airborne gummies have 50% more vitamin C than Emergency, plus our crafted blend of vitamins, minerals, and herbs. Airborne.
And Doug.
And now, for their service to the community, we present Limu Emu and Doug with this key to the city.
It's an honor to tell you that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. And now, we need to get back to work. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Beds get sick too. Protection. Lysol laundry sanitizer kills 99.9% of illness-causing bacteria detergent leaves behind. Lysol, what it takes to protect.
Save 20% on select holiday collections and tree decor at Big Lots. Live big, save lots. Big Lots.
This is an important warning for anyone who vapes or uses e-cigarettes. Individuals, including teens, were led to believe that vaping was a better alternative to smoking. They're now finding themselves addicted to these products. Some are experiencing severe lung illnesses. Even deaths have been reported. If you use e-cigarettes and have been diagnosed with a lung condition, call Edgar Snyder and Associates for free.
At NJM Insurance, we know that everyone's a little different. But no matter where you live or what you drive. NJM will be right there with you, making sure that you've got the coverage that's right for you, and you, and you. This isn't just insurance. It's NJM.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Joanna Grants, who is suing Marlene Ivy for negligence.
So was it every time you do this?
Yes.
I need to give you authorization?
Yes, that's true.
Is that what you said to her?
Yes, we did exchange.
Do you recall her saying that to you? Before you download anything, you need to check in with me first.
Yes.
Okay. You didn't do that the second time?
Not on the second
and then the second time, that's why we're here. Because he's playing this game, and next thing you know, he was able to rack up $1,500 worth of charges in how long of a period of time?
Over 1 week.
Oh my gosh. Why are you not responsible for the costs that were incurred?
Well, Your Honor, actually, I do have a piece of evidence that I'd like to submit here.
Sure, I'll take a look at it. This is the agreement for the child care services. You provided me this because of what?
Because nowhere in the contract did it mention app and in-app purchases.
You've already acknowledged that there was an understanding that you were supposed to ask permission. You said that.
That's correct.
That doesn't help you. Now, this issue of you suing for $420, what's that about?
I received notice that I was terminated at the end of the second week in the second month.
And you're saying you didn't get the full amount of the services you provided?
Right.
Did you not pay her the $420 she's entitled to?
No, I did not.
Wrong.
Well, I was angry.
You can be angry, and you still write that check.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. Promotional consideration provided by...
Hi, I'm Joe Namath. If you're on Medicare, this is important information. This year, Medicare Advantage plans are allowed to include several benefits to help make your life easier. I called the Medicare Coverage Helpline, and they instantly looked up my coverage. The agent noticed there was coverage in my area that includes many benefits to make my life easier. But I didn't have the new benefits yet. In this one simple call, they offered to enroll me in a plan that includes rides to medical appointments, private home aides, doctors and nurses' visits by telephone, and even home-delivered meals. The plan also includes dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage, all at no additional cost. Get what you deserve. Call the number on your screen now. It's free.
Call 1-800-496-4900. That's 1-800-496-4900 now.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
All right, so we know she's entitled to $420. So based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, this is pretty cut and dry. You didn't get her permission. That was on you. So plaintiff is entitled to the $1,500 she's requesting. Nobody works for free. That ended years ago. That part. She's entitled to her $420 minus the $1,500, which means you still, Miss Ivy, are going to have to pay her $1,080. So judgment in favor of the plaintiff and the defendant, but she's still gonna have to come off some cheddar. All right? That is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,080.
Miss Ivy was negligent because she downloaded the game without my permission, and I am glad that the judge understood.
I had no idea about these in-game purchases, and I'm very sorry for what happened.
America's Court on Facebook and Twitter. This has been a production of Entertainment Studios. Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
You're saying because my doves didn't return, you released them late, even though it shows daylight here in this picture, based on your own evidence. You said before sundown. The sun is still up. In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. You want him to pay $628?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, knock my socks off. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. The law talks about something may in fact be true, but can they prove it? And that's what's tough.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Mitch Halsey claims he entrusted his doves to the defendant for her wedding. However, he never saw his doves again. Mr. Halsey is suing Claire Duplass in the amount of $2,000. Ms. Duplass claims it's not her fault because she can't control Mother Nature.
All parties been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. This is a case involving your wedding.